Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Copilot Learning Hub Live. Today, we've brought a very special guest who's going to teach us about one of the Copilots that not a lot of you are super familiar with. Please meet my friend Ercü, who's joining us all the way from Dubai. Hey, Ercü.
Hi, Donna. How are you?
I'm awesome. Do you mind introducing yourself to our audience today?
Definitely. Hi, everyone. My name is Ercü. I am a technology specialist. You can call me a technical pre-sales at Microsoft. And that's what I do day to day.
Okay, so you have a very special skill set, which is Copilot for Service, which not a lot of people know about or even know how to use it properly. Do you mind educating us a little bit on what exactly is Copilot for Service and what are some of the things that you like about it?
Sure, definitely. Actually, Microsoft have been launching, Copilot for this, Copilot for that, and multiple line of businesses also. Now we started launching different Copilots for different lines of businesses. One of them is definitely for contact centers and customer service organizations. And, a lot of the times on the ground, I see loads of companies are using, for example, ServiceNow for their ITSM or customer service use cases, right? So whether you're serving, let's say, your customers on ServiceNow or serving to some, let's say, ITSM tickets raised by your colleagues, you can actually take a benefit of Copilot for Service. In a nutshell, what it does is I can connect the Copilot to knowledge base within ServiceNow and some data within ServiceNow and start asking questions about it on ServiceNow. And also I can ask the same information within Outlook interface and, use the knowledge base from ServiceNow to reply some of the customer inquiries. Last but not least, just like I said, Microsoft is launching loads of Copilots. We're now launching a unified chat experience on M365 Chat, where you can kind of chat all the Copilots of Microsoft in one screen.
Okay, this is cool. What I like about this is you do everything from this one place. You're saying it's connected up to your resources, you've got your knowledge, then you can ask the questions, get the responses, draft the email, et cetera, just from this one space. But it's very familiar because it's using a bunch of products and tools that you already use all the time.
Correct.
Okay, that is awesome. So I love this. And I know this is a thing that you demo and you show people all the time. Do you have a demo type thing to show us?
Definitely. Let's see a quick example in an action, right? Okay. Let's suppose I received an email from, let's take an ITSM use case. Let's say one of my colleagues sent an email that he is facing some issues on his Outlook, trying to connect to his Outlook. He's having some issues. He gets some specific error. He drops a long email chain with all the error logs and details to me, right? As a customer service agent within Outlook, what I can do is I can just click on one click to Copilot for Service. Number one, it analyzes the whole email chain for me and extracts key information, so I don't have to read through a long email chain, because especially internal emails, lots of people can loop each other out on a chain and share different information. So I can just see here, for example, the customer report that issue about accessing their emails through Outlook. And here actually it says, as you mentioned, that he's having a specific error trying to access to the mail server, and I can see the error here. So Copilot for Service extracts that for me, and I can then, knowing that my Copilot for Service is connected to my knowledge base within ServiceNow, and combining the knowledge on internet, maybe on Microsoft.com, on ServiceNow.com, etc., I can use that knowledge to start writing a quick reply back to the customer, right? If it is a type of question that is just a generic, FAQ, something that I believe that customer can give it a try themselves and try to sort it out as a first hand, I can then make use of this feature and get some guidance on how the customer needs to take some steps to troubleshoot it.
Okay, this is cool because you got a summary of what's in the mail, long thread. I saw that long thread, as it happens, right, with customer service problems. Then the knowledge base, you're going to probably be searching across more than one article, probably a series of articles like what went wrong here, what went wrong there, collating that, and then crafting a response to the customer, which you, because you are the expert, you get to validate and say, you know what, for this problem, this sounds like an ideal solution. But you're able to do it right from this one space, this one canvas.
Correct. Actually, with one click, I got one email drafted, understanding the context of the conversation. Two, it also provides me some step-by-step guides on how to diagnose this issue for my customer. And if I don't like the way it's typed, I can actually say, you know what, maybe it's an internal email. Let's make it more friendly and a bit shorter. Maybe I think as an expert, it forgot some additional details that I can add that to here. For example, make sure you go to settings and check this on Outlook before executing following steps.
I love
update the response.
And so much of this is trial and error, right? You try this and say, this works in this situation, this doesn't work in that situation. So much of it is the person actually doing the prompting should be somebody who understands the customer, the problem, et cetera, et cetera. It's an assistant, not a replacement, which I think is really key.
Definitely. Let's suppose this is a more complex topic, okay? If it's a more complex ask and an issue that really requires me and, let's say, my colleague or my customer to connect over Teams call or over different mediums of channels to diagnose this issue, first, I have the, let's say, complaint or the ticket within my ServiceNow workspace. And within same ServiceNow workspace, I have my Copilot for Service that I can ask questions to. Just like how I did on Outlook, similarly, I can ask questions about this issue to Copilot for Service, and Copilot for Service behind the scenes connects to my knowledge base within ServiceNow. It combines the information of knowledge base plus actually connecting to websites that I gave it to, maybe fetching some information from learn.microsoft.com or connect to a SharePoint folder, or even fetching out specific documents that I gave it to learn. So combining all this knowledge, it comes back with a reply to me that you need to take these steps to troubleshoot this issue.
I like this a lot because this kind of self-help, it's self-service. So people can not just get the answer, but figure out, oh, okay, here's what the answer came from. So for similar issues in the future, I can actually go to the site. So I like that as like kind of an education tool, not just a response.
And it's not just a Q&A bot, going beyond that, you might want to take some actions, like being Microsoft. Again, let's take the example of an ITSM. Let's say you and me are working. Donna, you sent me an email that you're having an issue with, let's say, some connectivity issues. Most probably, I have kind of some basic access to your calendar, right? I know when you're busy, when you're not. So why can't I extend this Copilot for Service and ask for, find me the available slots for a Teams meeting with Donna to troubleshoot this issue? Because we need to connect and get on a call, right?
Yes.
So without jumping out of ServiceNow screen, actually it connects to, let's say, your Outlook calendar, finds me out what are the available timelines, and I pick one of them, and Copilot for Service just goes and creates those meeting invites, sends to block spot of our calendar, and even puts a copy of that within ServiceNow. So I could have it as a task to meet with you to go through some maybe troubleshooting steps, right?
This is so good because you can actually book things from within here with the context, saying like, here's the thread we're on, we have a solution, we need to talk about it, without it going from, okay, let me abandon my email, get distracted, go to Teams, get distracted, forget about what I'm doing. You're staying in context. It's helping you focus. And it's just using the data, the connectors, the privacy that you already have access to yourself within the tenant.
There could be scenarios where you want to take some actions within ServiceNow, right? I mean, let's say we went on a call, we tried to diagnose the issue. It turned out that really this knowledge article really helped us to solve this issue, right? And I want my colleagues to learn from this. And it's super important in customer service organizations to, take a copy of this and put it in part of your resolution notes. So what I can do is just say, you know what, add this knowledge base to the resolution notes of the case so that my colleagues who wants to learn from my experience can just have a look at from here, right? And within just a command. It updates my ticket with the resolution notes required.
This is cool. I love this. You could just resolve them with all of this work you've already done in that same context window.
Yep. Maybe last but not least, working, maybe you're even as a customer service agent. I mean, sometimes I'm on ServiceNow, maybe sometimes I'm not, but for sure daily chatting to my colleagues and following through multiple actions, I'm definitely on Microsoft Teams, right?
Yes.
I have the access to the same knowledge within Microsoft Teams. Let's suppose someone asked me about, how do I troubleshoot some specific errors with some Azure, let's say Kubernetes cluster creation issues. I can use Teams interface to even ask questions again against the same knowledge base and take similar actions from Teams interface as well.
Okay, I love this. I didn't know you could do this. This is new information for me, that there's Teams integration for Copilot for Service, where you can get so much of that magic just from within Teams that you're probably having conversations with the colleagues with anyway.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, in a nutshell, these are all the experiences that I kind of wanted to show you. So you can access all this knowledge within Outlook, within the ServiceNow experience itself, and within Teams. And there is much more to come within later this year. I'm sure that will be exciting announcements.
I love that. Look at that teaser. He ends with the teaser. All right, everyone. Can we have such a big round of applause for Ercü? Because I just learned a lot of information. This is cool. This is really, really good, whether it's for customer service or whether it's helping people troubleshoot things, which is something we all do all the time. Ercü, thank you so much for being here and teaching us so much about this newfangled Copilot for Service, and all the things it can do for all of us who do customer service for people all around the world. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, everyone. Till next time, see you on Copilot Learning Hub.